I love that music. It makes it feel like Christmas in here. All right, Christmas gone, but we still have hope for Canada's women's hockey team as they're off now to the semis at the Milano Cortina Olympic Games. Captain Marie-Philippe Poulin is back in the lineup. She returned against Germany after missing the last 2 games with an injury, and she scored in the third period, moving her into a tie with Hayley Wickenheiser for most Olympic goals ever at 18. Canada finished the game with a 5-1 victory and the all-time Olympic goal scorer, making her 18th career marker in the third period, by the way. Canada takes on the winner of the Finland-Switzerland game in the semis on Monday. As for the men's hockey team, they're set to face France tomorrow in a preliminary finale. Canada is coming off a convincing 5-1 win over Switzerland yesterday. That was their second win at the Olympic Games. Nathan McKinnon and Connor McDavid each had a goal and 2 assists as Canada improved and clinched Group A. So let's bring in Lukas Weekes. He's a sports journalist at The Athletic and someone who follows hockey a lot closer than I do. So if I have to ask questions, he can correct me if I'm wrong. So, Lukas, I appreciate you joining us and correcting me in advance when I'm wrong. So let's start with the having Poulin back. Now, she is, she hasn't won the best salty response on TV. That I think Wickenheiser still has with the, the flag on the floor of the dressing room and do you want to sign it? But she now has 18 goals, the most almost ever. And with her in the lineup, do you think that this Team Canada has the potential to challenge the Americans?
Well, first off, Andrew, thank you for having me on. Good morning from Milan and good evening to Torontonians tuning in. Look, what a day it was for the Canadian women's team, having Marie-Philippe Poulin back. She is so huge for the morale of this team. Look, to have Captain Clutch on that top line, this is someone that is just going to generate offense. And when the moment gets big, you know that she's going to deliver. She's done it at Beijing 2022. She did it in Sochi, Vancouver. So, of course, Marie-Philippe Poulin in the lineup gives Canada a really good chance, not just to get to the gold medal game, but, maybe even to win gold medal. Now, they're going to be in tough, especially if they play the Americans in that gold medal game. But having Marie-Philippe Poulin there will be massive for their chances.
And just thinking about what she really does to this team, there's a lot of questions with her out of the lineup. Does the team have the grit and also the scoring power, some people were saying, without such a dominant player? Are you seeing with her, as long as she can stay healthy, how do you think things could look for Canada then?
Well, I look with her, she is an all-around player. We obviously focus on her offense, but as I saw today watching her play at Rowe Hockey Arena where Canada beat Germany, she has the defensive skills, Andrew, too. She can back check. She can, pickpocket players, taking the puck away, sending it up the ice, getting the forecheck going. So she's a real all-around player. So when she's playing at that level, I really do think that, look, anything's possible in one-game situations, right? Look, the Americans have dominated Canada for the last year in the rivalry series and, of course, even at the Olympics in the round robin. But it's one game. Canada knows who they're dealing with, and it's Marie-Philippe Poulin. It's this leadership core that has just, gone through so much adversity over the years. So don't count out Canada just yet.
I want to go from one Captain Clutch to another, and let's talk about the Olympic men's squad for Team Canada. So, okay, Sidney Crosby looks really dialed in. We have some players that are delivering already, and Switzerland is they're not a walk in the park team, but all the same, the difference between them and, say, Team USA is pretty substantive. So what are you seeing right now from how Team Canada is playing in the preliminaries, Lukas?
Well, from the very first shift of their first game, they set the tone with their physicality. And it started with the leadership guys, like you mentioned, Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon. I mean, McDavid's first shift, he cracks, a Slovak player, a Czech player, excuse me. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is they're really executing on the physical side of things. I think they showcase their skill. But the question's going to be, Andrew, can their defense hold up? Josh Morrissey was out last game. They had to shuffle things around, putting Shea Theodore with Colton Parayko. That would have been Morrissey's spot. So can the defense hold up? And, of course, the goaltending, right? Jordan Binnington had a shutout in his first game. Logan Thompson only gave up 1 goal. But this isn't Martin Brodeur. This isn't Carey Price. So these guys have, they have some pedigree, certainly being in the Four Nations last year, but the questions still remain when they play a top-level opponent like the United States. So we're just going to have to see, and we're going to have to see who John Cooper rolls with for the rest of this Olympic tournament.
Going to have to see, and definitely bringing the popcorn. Lukas, I appreciate your time. I'm glad you got a good night's rest, I hope, and best of luck covering everything today.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it.